Hello friend, welcome to 10 Bestest, where we sift through the noise so you don't have to. I'm Brian Hart.
I'm Karen McFarland-Holman.
Today I am going to be talking about a YouTube channel who is our Stay Curious friends.
And I'm going to be talking about a common technology and how it works. Let's get to it.
My cool sheet is going to be a YouTube channel. I think I mentioned this last week. I've been watching a lot of YouTube now that we have this YouTube channel, but that's okay. There's so many good things. And this one I've actually wanted to talk about for a long time. It's called Asian Boss. It has 3.24 million subscribers at time of recording and 698 videos. So you've got a lot of catching up to do. And so do I. It's a media company with a mission to bridge social and cultural gaps between Asia and the West. They deliver the most authentic insight in the latest news and trends from Asia, and in the process will challenge you to stay curious, sound familiar? Think critically and take action to bring the world closer together. The videos include street polls, so they have Koreans discuss if wearing a mask should be mandatory after vaccination. Meet the first half Indian Miss World Japan. So 98% of native Japanese are pure Japanese. I didn't know that. And so she was a real breakout case when this happened. What's it like being black in China in 2021? What's dating like in Japan for Americans? And it also has that for Korea and China. Meet the most famous minimalist in Japan, teen moms in the Philippines, Korean grandma living on $2 a day. So many different YouTube videos. Of course, I said almost 700. And I love this perspective because me, being someone that lives in the United States that hasn't traveled to Asia yet, I really want to, but I don't know. It's what I see in the media or stereotypes or things that are not accurate. Even when I'm trying to not look at stereotypes, I have a very limited view of what I can consume. So going to this channel and seeing more authentic voices is super great. I love it. Asian Boss.
That's great. I'm really wondering about the, I always love it when they go out on the street. And, but I always do wonder, okay, are they just cherry picking different answers? Like, how does it feel? Like, can you tell, are they sort of trying to give a broad perspective on things?
I think so. So a lot of the times, like for the vaccination one, they just had a big board and people would put stickers on it. So, some people aren't going to respond.
Right.
And it's one town in one section of where they are in Korea, so that does not give you a thing. And then I did notice that, it could have been a little more anonymous because once all of a sudden you get all these dots on one side, there would be some social pressure to not put it on the other side unless you wanted to, defy or whatever you felt strongly. Some people wouldn't be comfortable doing that. So they would either not say or just maybe say the wrong thing. So yeah, there's some of that, but I have to imagine that for the most part, it's better certainly than what my, knowledge would be. Being here in Salem, Oregon, I wouldn't know anything. So if it's a little bit better, then it's good.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's more genuine and honest and a better perception of how it's like over
absolutely.
there. So yeah.
And I'll just say I've been to Japan and China, but those were just 2 weeks each, and I've been there, but I don't know everything. So
you're
this
not
is
an expert all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know. So this is a great way to find out.
I've seen some movies, right? So I know everything.
Right. And what'd you say? 398? I mean,
almost 700 videos.
Okay, 700, yeah. So.
And I love this, and I very teased him about stay curious, but their catchphrase is stay curious, just like ours. And they've actually been around a little bit longer than we have, so I hope we can still be friends, that we say that as well. I think they have a genuine curiosity like we do, so hopefully they'll be cool with it. But I love it. I love the fact that it says stay curious.
Yes.
That's on their YouTube channel and their banner. That's all it says. It's fantastic.
Oh, I do love it. Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but there are at least 4 other places I've seen have the tagline "Stay Curious."
Oh, funny! Yeah. So that's the frequency illusion in effect that we didn't. I didn't say, "Oh, that's cool. Let's use that." I thought this was some awesome 2 words that I just came up with all by myself.
But it fits. It fits.
It totally fits. But it's really cool. And usually if I see someone that has that, then I'm like, oh, I bet you I'm going to like that. Because Stay Curious is very much like me.
Yes.
Like us.
Yes, exactly. And you, listener.
Yes.
You're here because you like to stay curious.
Right.
And we appreciate that. My cool sheet. I am going to be talking about some kitchen science, and this is something that came up last week, and I went, ooh, I want to remember to talk about that. So here I am talking about it. And this is, how does a microwave oven work? Microwave ovens, these were game changers when they first came out. They were first essentially ready for kitchens around the world around the 1960s, but they really didn't start showing up in kitchens till the 70s and really late 80s was when a lot of them in the United States started showing up. So I'm not necessarily saying that the microwave oven itself is my cool sheet per se, but I think the science behind it is really, really interesting. How do they work? So first off, I wanted to say that microwaves themselves, these are a type of light energy. Light that we can see, this is generically called electromagnetic radiation, and it has a certain wavelength that interacts with the molecules in our retinas, in our eyes, allowing us to see. And so microwaves are also electromagnetic radiation, but they have a different wavelength. And so they are going to interact with different molecules in different ways. Notice that all microwave ovens have something in common. If you look on the back of them, or if you look on the original box that they came in, you'll always see the same thing, 2.45 gigahertz. This is referring to the frequency of the microwaves that are used in those ovens. And if you convert that to the wavelength of the microwaves that are used, it's about 4.8 inches. These are the waves of energy, these microwaves that are bouncing around inside of the oven when they're on. Why 2.45 gigahertz? This is because this is the frequency of energy that interacts with the rotation of certain molecules, especially water. And since most food has water and other molecules with similar properties to water, that energy targets those molecules and makes them move around. It makes them specifically rotate and then vibrate. And vibrating molecules correspond to perceived heat and then heats them up. So there's a little snippet about how microwave ovens work.
Whoa, that's super, super fascinating. You knew I'd love this one.
And how could I say that in 2 minutes? There's so much more to say.
No kidding.
One thing I wanted to mention is microwaves are used for other applications like cell phones. So I don't know if you've ever heard that, like microwave technology.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So
I just got hungry and then stopped listening.
Right. Of course you did. So
I think about 2 things, remember?
That's right. So I don't want people to be worried about if you have heard that microwave technology is used for cell phones, that, oh no, now the cell phone is cooking me. And it's no, that there are all these different wavelengths, and that it is different wavelengths of light that are used for the microwaves in the oven versus the microwaves on your cell phones.
And what about the people that say that, you know, they don't think the microwaves themselves are super safe? Because I used to be a little bit cautious even myself. Like when I was getting into the real hippie life, like I sold my microwave at one point, and I still use it minimally if possible, but they're pretty dang convenient. And I saw something on Chef Steps that went through a lot of the science of microwaves, which is really interesting too. And now I feel a little bit better about it, but I still try to avoid it.
Right.
Just because cooking from scratch is better.
Yes. Well, so if you notice a regular conventional oven, there is a tempered glass, you know, safe, keeps heat in, and you can look through the glass pretty easily. And then if you look at a microwave oven, there is a metal shield that has little holes in it, and you have to look through the holes to be able to see very well. That metal sheet with the holes in it, that is protecting you from the microwaves coming out. The construction of the microwave itself keeps that electromagnetic radiation of that wavelength trapped in there. And so those are the safety precautions that are taken for microwaves. So the people who have been constructing them take that seriously, and that's what they've done to keep us safe. And also notice how an oven, you can have an oven on, you can totally open it, you can look in, you can close it back up, no problem. That's infrared radiation. Microwave radiation, when it's on, it's closed. When it's off, you cannot open it. So again, that's the safety precaution there.
So I guess this is why people would infer that if it's so dangerous, but you're letting your food get zapped, like how does that not transfer to you then? Like it's been manipulated by, science stuff.
Yeah. So that is a great question. And my answer to that is that it's what I just described, that radiation is causing the molecules of water to tumble around and heat up. If you had microwaves that were hitting you, it would cause your body is 70% water, and it would cause you to heat up and cook. And other parts of you, like fats, are also affected. Other parts. So yeah, it would not be good for you. But it's not. It's only because it would essentially cook you, heat you up. The food then gets heated up, and that's fine. It's warm. The molecules are moving. There's not an issue with that.
Super fascinating. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
I love your science quote sheets.
I love science.
Some of my favorites for sure. Don't forget that you can go to our show notes to learn more about that, because that was a lot to cover and you did a really good job. 10bestest.com/1000 will get you to everything this week. Definitely check that out. You got anything else?
I think I'm done.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, friend. I'm Brian Hart.
I'm Karen McFarland-Holman.
And let me know in the comments below, have you ever been to Asia, and where was your favorite place?
And I love talking about science. So let us know in the comments what technology you want me to explain to you.
If you're enjoying the show, please give us a like and share it with a friend.
Stay tuned next week for another series of great shows.
And just like our friends, the Asian Boss, stay curious.